Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our April PTSA General Meeting. Thank you for joining us this evening. So for this evening, we're going to go through some PTSA updates. And then after that, we are pleased to have guests joining us this evening, and you're going to have a chance to choose your own breakout room. So you can see up on the screen right now, we have 3 breakout rooms. We have Michelle McMahon, who's going to talk about student internships and benefits of internships for college prep. Michelle is a Wooten teacher. And then we have room 2, Amy Beal. Amy Beal comes to us from MCPS, and she's the implementation coordinator for Maryland's Blueprint for the Future. And you'll hear how the blueprint will impact every student. And then in room 3, this is directed for senior parents. We're pleased to have Paul Chung from Shulman Rogers Law Firm and a member of the Montgomery County Police Department joining us to talk about keeping our students safe during the various senior year celebrations. So let's move to the next slide. So I did want to remind everyone that we are nearing the end of the school year, as you probably know. And so our final meeting of the school year is going to be on May 21st at 7 o'clock. And our topic for that meeting is going to be focused on the summer programs, both MCPS and Wooten summer programs. And then we have guests coming from the new Montgomery County Career Advising Program, MoCo CAP. So we're very pleased to have them, and they're going to explain to us what this program is and how it benefits our students. There will be a pre-meeting for our members. That's going to be at 6:30, and at that meeting, we're going to vote on the budget. We have to have some funding to keep us going throughout the summer until the September meeting, where we vote on the next year's budget. And then we have 2 officers that are 2 positions that we'll be electing. For vice president 2 and secretary, and these are very critical officer positions. And so please, if you're interested in serving, or you know somebody who might be interested and who is very interested in being engaged in Wooten activities and MCPS, we would love to have you join our board. And so the time commitment is not significant, and we all pitch in. So it's really critical to get really good volunteers to help us so we can keep PTSA running smoothly. So I'll turn it over to, let's see, the next slide, and that'll be Jessica for Secretary's updates.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to remind the group that there will be no principal's coffee chat this month. Our last coffee chat again is also in May. It's coming up on the 24th. I think I got the dates confused last month, so it is the May 24th at our regularly scheduled 9 a.m. session. And I just wanted to pitch out one more time, actually for all the senior parents, you'll probably get several emails from me that the graduation bus tickets are on sale. It's $25 per person for members, $30 per person for non-members. Only the person buying the tickets has to be a member. So again, if you would like to buy them for family members, they don't have to be members of the PTA, just you as the purchaser. And you can purchase them from the website or from the emails that you will be I will be sending out over the next month or so. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I want to echo Brian's pitch for someone to take over my position. It's been a pleasure. It's been a wonderful experience working with the PTA. And so if you have any questions or you're interested at all, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to walk you through what I do. But it's a wonderful experience and something that I would recommend any person who has an interest at all in the school consider. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Nelson.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It's very nice to be with you this evening. My name is Doug Nelson. I'm principal here at Wooten. I just wanted to take the opportunity to provide a few updates for you tonight. So I wanted to start with a really nice celebration. As some of you may be aware, our Acatonics, which is our a cappella student group has had a successful year with a number of wins and has done very well, not only as an ensemble, but when they've been in competitions. And so it was a very lovely evening when we all got together. This would have been last Monday, so not Monday this week, but the one before. Acatonics were invited with their sponsor, Mr. Schwartz, to the Rockville City Hall, where we were present with the mayor and the council, and they gave the students a proclamation that celebrated their success. And it was a very special moment to be honored with that group. And we had a lot of fun meeting the council and kind of having a few words with them. So congratulations to the Acatonics. Bullet point number 2 is some important information about testing season. So generally around the end of April and the start of May, the vast majority of our schools move into some sort of testing, and that is the same for Wootton High School. So MCAP testing has already started, and that is the state required testing that all students must complete in certain specific academic areas. This would be algebra, English 10, MISA is for science. Just a little note and a reminder, we have been communicating all year. The assessment that takes place for government this year is going to count for student assessments, or excuse me, a student's final grade is a part of their assessment. So just a reminder that this year when students complete their assessment in NSL, it's going to count for 20% of their final marking period grade. And there's more information on the MCPS website if you would like to read the reminder information about what's going to happen with student grades. What's really important here is to take note of the flow of information about AP and MCAP testing. We have a number of students that are going to go through one of those two experiences. And so please be sure to check out this last week's community update. And we're going to repeat this information so that you are aware of what schedule is being followed for AP testing as well as MCAP. For some of our days, because the amount of testing is so significant, within that testing schedule, we have modified the school's bell schedule. So please pay particular attention to those days. And I was asked to please speak to those specifically if you are new to this at the high school level. So I'm going to start with an example. You will see the first day of testing, which is Monday, May 6th. You're going to see there's MCAP government. A large number of students will take that, plus AP government. A large number of students will take that test. Because we have a large number of students testing, that is what the whole school will be moving into. So while I cannot tell you as principal that everyone should stay home, what I am letting you know is we are not running regular classes and we are not taking an attendance during that time. So the only students who are really required to come on the first day of testing in the morning are those students who are taking one of those two exams. Otherwise, students may come beginning at lunch, which starts at 11:35, and then first period starts at 12:15 that day, and we only have periods 1 through 4. So we will be cycling through certain testing days like that. So please be sure to take a look at the bell schedule. It's made very clear during that week which days have modified schedules. And if you do not see a modified schedule day on the bell schedule, that means that we are running a regular bell schedule and all students are expected at school. Okay, so just to repeat that in simple, on modified bell schedule days, please be sure to check to see if your child is taking one of the identified exams. Otherwise, they are not required to be there. And if it is important that you just need to have your child take the bus to school, please know they will be in a study hall if they are not in one of the testing experiences. So important information about testing is out there. Please be sure to check it out. And finally, a note to the class of 2024. We're definitely in that time period. We have lots of information flowing out for the graduating class, our seniors. It's the exciting time of year. One special note. Students were emailed directly what we call the senior survey. And the senior survey is an important piece of information, and it comes with a request from me, the principal, to you. Please be sure to follow up with your student to make sure that they have submitted their senior survey, because that really helps us in a number. It's not just a task that we're asking students to do because we just want them to complete it. It really helps us in a number of ways. Helps us figure out what scholarship money has reached our students, what decisions have been made about their post-high school career decisions. And then we use these data and actually talk about it. We're asked for this information oftentimes from MCPS. And here's the other thing. At graduation rehearsal, if you're a senior who has not completed your survey, we're going to try to find you and ask you to do your survey that morning. So seniors don't want to have to do double duty, which is try to figure out how to get in line and look great at graduation, plus have someone coming and saying, we need you to do your survey right now. So please be sure to open up those emails and complete that senior survey that will help get information to us. And please also, a special note, there's some information continuing to flow in the community update about the big events such as senior picnic and prom and all of those other things that we have planned for our seniors. So thank you all very much. And that concludes my updates for tonight.
Thank you for those updates. I did have one more update that I wanted to share. So last month I did mention the March community meeting that we had with MCPS, Facilities and Construction. They talked about the ADA improvements that they're going to be making in 2 phases. Phase 1 will take place this coming summer, and phase 2 the following summer. For more, there's some activities that are going to occur next summer that require permitting from the city of Rockville, so it takes a little bit longer. There's going to be another community meeting coming up. That community meeting is going to come up the week of May 20th. And that community meeting will be focused on the realignment of the front driveway, which would be part of the phase 2 changes that will take place next summer. So I did put a link in the chat, and that is the link to construction updates for Wootton. And there's a slide deck that I think everyone should be able to access through the link that I just added. And that shows the phase 1 and phase 2 activities that are going to be done over the next 2 summers. So just wanted to make everyone aware of that. And, if there's any questions, you could always send me an email through the PTSA directory on the PTSA website. So now we're going to go ahead and move into our breakout sessions. So Jessica, let's go back to the first page of the slide deck, and you can see the choices again, and you can make your choice. And there's a on the bottom of your screen, you'll see 3 little dots to the right where it says more, and that's where you can find the breakout rooms, and you could go ahead and select your breakout room at this time. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a great evening and enjoy the presentation.
Here tonight to talk to you about internships and apprenticeships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over with you the slides that I went over with the students that were interested back in December. And additionally, these slides are on the MCPS or the Wootton website. And there's an overview of lots of information here. But what I thought I could do is hit the highlights of the information and then give some opportunity for you to ask questions that you may have to clarify anything that you're thinking about for internship. So I am the internship and apprenticeship coordinator at Wootton. I teach 2 classes, seminar and CCRD. And additionally, I am responsible for all the students that do any type of work-based learning in Wootton during the school day at Wootton or outside of Wootton. Okay, so I'm the person for that. So we encourage students to do an internship for a variety of reasons. First of all, when it comes to college resumes, it does set you apart from your peers. It shows that you're motivated, inquisitive, that you can be committed to things outside of the school. It can be very professional. Also, an internship can be a good way for students to see if this is really an experience that they enjoy in a potential field, a potential career occupation for them. It also can give them networking opportunities that they can utilize throughout college during the summer times or upon graduation. And it's really a great opportunity for them to work and build on both hard skills and soft skills in the workplace, especially communication. So starting this summer, all internships will be carrying a weighted credit. Okay, a weighted credit. Now, if your student may ask, I'm in room 109, but we have students that are participating in all these different categories, all of these and more. So you can see that there's tons of different types of opportunities depending upon the interests that the student may have. So we also have educational internships. So these are really directed towards our students that are interested in going into the educational fields. They do an internship at a pre-K, an elementary school, a middle school, and or a high school. They're all at MCPF schools. Most of the time, they're, elementary and middle, but sometimes they're at private schools or preschools. They can be in all grade levels, special subjects like music, and they are working with teachers directly who are trained in working with an intern, and that give them a great experience. They get to work in small groups, one-on-one, and lead large groups. So for the educational internship, there's no prerequisite. Transportation is not required. Their typical schedule is they go every day until 2:30. It's typically 2 periods, weighted credit. So let me talk to you a little bit about an apprenticeship. So an apprenticeship is a work-based model where a student will have a supervised on-the-job training and job-related education. So typically in this situation, they are paid a minimum wage. That is part of the requirement of an apprenticeship in combination with the business and MCPS. Apprentices can lead to some industry recognized credentials, and they can complete a career in that field with no college debt. And also, oftentimes they will get job employment when that apprenticeship is completed. Most apprenticeships run 2 years, some 3. Students can start them as a junior, and MCPS will pick up all the costs until they graduate. So a little bit about apprenticeships. You will earn a salary or a minimum wage. It gives you 4 credits at a weighted credit. You can enter the workforce while still in high school, get certificates, and then there are 40 plus available apprenticeships. We have apprenticeships from typical things that you might think of an apprenticeship as in plumbing and electrical, but we also have some great apprenticeships in Parks and Rec, and we are looking at apprenticeships in business as well, science in labs, all kinds of things. So there's lots of different opportunities, and the apprenticeship program is a very growing field in Montgomery County. Some of the basic logistics are that students, whether they're an apprenticeship or an internship, do sign out of the building every day. They meet with me often in the sense that I get to see them as they sign in and out, answer any questions for them. They will fill out a weekly job hours that their supervisor will verify how many hours they did that week. They have monthly meetings with me with monthly assignments, and we talk about workplace issues. Then they also have weekly reflections. Additionally, I will have an evaluation done from their supervisor, and often I will come and visit them at their work site. Some of the things, if a student is thinking about whether or not an internship is the right program for them or an apprenticeship is the right program for them, there are lots of information on my MCPS classroom. I do have one for juniors that I have put together back in February that has all kinds of information in it. And I continually make announcements and updates to that as I get information about internships and apprenticeships. Typically, a student that's an intern or apprentice needs to be pretty good at time management. Most of them will leave school early in the afternoon. So as a senior, many students only need 2-4 classes, and then they can use the rest of that time as an intern or as an apprentice. And you have to be responsible. You got to be self-directed. They will, you have to be able good at self-management. You need to consider extracurricular obligations, but it can be a very rewarding experience for students. In my Canvas page, I have created a links to potential companies. I have listed all the companies where we have students at this year from Wooten and from last year. That gives people the ability to reach out to people while they're still have a Wooten student with them. I can also connect students with seniors so they can ask about that apprenticeship or internship. Additionally, an internship and apprenticeship doesn't necessarily have to, or internship doesn't necessarily have to be one of the ones that I have on my Canvas page. Students that have an interest that might know somebody and they would approve of having an intern can go ahead and get their own internship, without me. They would just have to come back and get the paperwork done by me, and they cannot work for a family member. So, finally, if you're interested in an internship or an apprenticeship, I think the first step is to make sure that your student comes to see me. Make sure from the counselor that they have some space in their schedule. Then from there, they will meet with me and we can talk about availabilities. We can talk about what their interests are. I can have them join my Canvas page so they can get information about it. And then it is up to the student to go ahead and find their internship, to reach out. I'm available for support with resumes and cover letters. And once they secure that internship, then I will make sure the paperwork has been turned into their counselor, and their counselor will change their schedule. Also, if you are a business owner of some sort and you are interested in having an intern, you could reach out to me. I could publicize your availability, and that also can be one way that students would hear about it and possibly reach out for an intern. So that's a little bit about internships. Students, each period that a student does an internship is considered 5 hours a week. So 1 period a day, 5 hours a week. So a 1 period internship, students are required to complete 5 hours, which would be 75 hours at the end of the semester. 2 period internships would be 10 hours a week, and they would be required to complete 150 hours per semester. So, and it can be an internship where it's paid or not paid. So that's pretty much all my information I have for you, but I am I'm available for questions or thoughts or anything like that that you might have. Let's see. Summer interns. So that's a good question. Came through the chat about summer internships. So I have posted some summer internships in my Canvas page, and students can take a if they have a summer internship, they can additionally take a summer internship class. If they take the summer internship class, they can get it put on their transcript. It will be a weighted class, and I have information on my Canvas page how they can sign up for the class. So the requirements for the summer internship is that they have to find their own internship, can be paid or unpaid. And then from there, they have to attend 7 webinars. They have to do the assignments for each webinar. And it's the summer class is all virtual. And I have information on my webpage how to go ahead and sign up for that. So, other questions that you may have?
I have a question. So is this primarily for juniors and seniors? Is that what you mentioned?
Yes,
Okay.
typically juniors and seniors are the only ones that really have room in their schedule to leave the building and go out. Because oftentimes even a student may have a travel period and then an internship period, depending on how close, a drive their internship is. But additionally, we do have internships that are available at Wooten. So they can be paired up with a teacher at Wooten. Oftentimes they are paired up in our DNA lab with Dr. Offit. And he runs a great some hands-on experience for students. They can work with the special needs kids in the classroom or in the physical education department. We also have interns in athletic training and athletic directing with Mr. Lightsey. So there are opportunities, especially for students that might not have a car and might just have one period and they would like to stay at Wooten because that's maybe better for their after-school activities, maybe. And they can do that as well.
And one more question on that. My daughter's in the AOIT program, and I know they have an internship that's required. Is this, if
Yes.
she does that internship, is it kind of combined with, can it be combined with this program where she's also able to use this to take that time off and go and do that internship for that
I
program?
believe, I can get back to you. I believe that the AOIT internship is separate, or a separate requirement for instead of this internship. I don't have any AOIT students in my internship program.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody asked about Summer Rise. So Summer Rise is a program that Montgomery County hosts to try to, encourage students to get work-based learning during the summertime. I don't know how hard it is to get an offer. I do know that the application process has passed though. So the best thing to do for that is if you have a student that's not a junior yet, to stay on top of that. But a student that's doing Summer Rise, that's 50 hours in the summer, they would have to add 25 more hours, and then they can sign up for the internship class and get credit as well as completing Summer Rise. Wooten summer classes, that I don't know when Wooten summer classes will be posted. Let's see if we have any more other questions in our chat.
Hi, I have a question. So my daughter applied for the Summer Rise program.
Yeah.
I just want when we get something from them, like, will they inform us? I mean, if there's no news, then there's no offer, or when's the timeline?
I'm not sure about the timeline for Summer Rise. If you send me an email, I can look into it for you and get back to you. That is a separate program that MCPS does. It's not something that Wooten does, and it's not something that's directly involved with the internship program. That is a separate program. But if you send me an email, I can see if I can find out when Summer Rise, when students that applied to Summer Rise should get their confirmation or not.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions about internships or apprenticeships?
So when should students start looking for their internships and working with you for next year? If would they make a change to their schedule if they did not already include an internship?
So students do not have to have an internship on their schedule already, because the county's making us doing things a little bit different this year. So the first step for a student would be to come see me in room 109, and I will add them to my class if they haven't already been added to my class. I did send out an interest form, and I have about 100 students in the class already. The second step would be to try to go ahead and secure their internship prior to the end of the school year. I have about 20 students that have already gotten an internship. They'll come to me, we talk about it, we talk about leads and ideas. I give them some suggestions based on what their interests are and what they tell me they're interested in. But then from there, they go ahead and secure their internship. Then they come back to me, get the paperwork, we get it filled out, and then I have the counselor change their schedule. Now, that does not mean that students can't secure one over the summer. I am on my email daily, and if they are in my class, it'd be very easy for them to download forms, get information about it, and we can get a internship confirmed over the summer so they're up and running during the beginning of their senior year. I do have students that don't really figure it out until the first couple days of their senior year, but that would be my last choice because I want to have everybody have everything ready by the time school starts. But we have about 20 days after school starts for students to sign up for an internship. But after about the first 20 days of school, there's just not enough time because of the minimum hour requirements to get it done after that. So if you have a junior interested, have them come see me as soon as possible. We can get the ball rolling. So a question in the chat was whether or not students can do an internship in their junior year or their senior year. We will take junior year students. We have a few. Some of them do find it challenging balancing the academic load of a junior and doing an internship. I would say 95% of my interns are seniors. So, but it's possible as a junior to do an internship, having the time and the space to do that. And additionally, internships can be virtual or brick and mortar. So it really just depends upon the type of internship. Some would be easier to handle for a junior, maybe if they're staying at school and doing an internship with a staff member, and then maybe their senior year going off campus. Additionally, most kids drive or they make sure that their internships are on the bus line. All right. Other questions you might have? Any other questions? So this question was, is the internship during the school year or the summer? For students, they're typically during the school year. If you have an internship in the summer and you want to earn high school credit on your transcript for it, you additionally have to take the internship class. So you can't just do an internship and get credit for it. You have to take the class and complete the requirements, just like any intern during the school year has to do lessons and assignments from me as well. So if you have a summer internship and want to get high school credit, you have to take the class that is associated with that. And that information is on my website. So if you have a junior that would like to join my Canvas page, it's got tons of information in it. Just send me an email and I can invite them to my Canvas page.
You go around and see your students at the internship that they're at? Like
I do try to. Some places, NIH, NIST, I haven't been able to go because I don't have security clearance, but most places will have me go. The preschool, I try to go during when there was an illness going around, but for the most part, I make contact with their supervisor each semester. Some kids are remote, so I will just have phone calls or Zoom calls, and some I will physically visit. And the supervisor does also fill out an evaluation for the student that gets turned into me.
Thank you. You mentioned NIST and NIH have security clearance, so the students get security clearance to be able to work there.
Correct. Yes. So especially for those students that are interested in working in those labs and things like that, it's great to get started on their internship in the summertime because it can take a while to get that clearance. Additionally, some of them have specialized computers and stuff that they get loaned to them to work on, but that can take a process of a few weeks. So if anybody has an internship that might be in that boat, you really should get started in the summertime so that you're ready to go when school starts. That's a very good point. So, anything else? Great questions here. Lots of information. All this information additionally is on the Wooten website. When you go to the left, it says internships, apprenticeships. And students can always come see me in 109 if they have a question. And I invite everybody to join my Canvas page because it does have a lot of information. And any parents that are interested in hosting an intern at their business, we would love to have more Wooten parents that might be able to host an intern and, help them grow and mature and learn about, their world. So that would be a great opportunity as well.
So I'd be glad to put something in our PTSA newsletter that goes out weekly. If you
Yeah.
have like a blurb that I can put in there and request parents who have businesses to provide internships.
All right, Brian, I'll get that to you this sometime later on this week.
Okay, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions?
All right, well, looks like that's it. So everyone knows how to reach you if they do have further questions. So thank you so much, Ms. McMahon, for presenting this to us today. And it sounds like a great program. Oh, I see one more thing in the chat, it looks like.
So I see that you said he is still having difficulty. An internship is a very valuable experience, and many students have realized how valuable it really is, and it's become very competitive. So for your son, I don't know exactly where he's been looking. I have some information on my website, my Canvas page that has places where there's already a Wooten student. Oh, requirement for AOIT. Yeah, so I would reach out to Mr. Turner. Additionally, if they want to come talk to me, I can look at some things that they might be interested in. The other thing that I have found been helpful for some students is they come to me and I let them know which seniors are at various places. They can reach out to that senior, and that senior will say, hey, take a look at this resume from a Wooten junior. And that's been helpful as well. It also teaches them a little bit about networking. So it's a great experience for them both to talk about their internship with a potential, with a junior. And then they oftentimes will talk to their supervisor and said, hey, look out for this resume, give this person an interview or something like that. And we've had a couple students secure internships because they have reached out to a Wooten senior that is in that position already. So that would be my suggestion. Or reaching out to Mr. Turner. I'm not sure of all the requirements for AOIT or the where the potential internship opportunities are there. But I do post a lot of stuff, and I know he does too. Pretty sure he does. Sure, have him come talk to me. Best times are advisory or lunchtime. All right.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining.
All right, thank